I should wear these glasses or not. I wear these. Don't know. But I have a lot of light, so. I feel like this is the first live I have like no makeup on. Hi, baby. Usually I have like a full beat on. I am about to have the comments because like literally when I'm on here and people are pissing me off, I cannot like look at comments and do it at the same time. So I'm gonna hide them down and read them at the end. But continue to comment, please. If you have anything that you want to add, and then I'll read it. But hello, you guys. All right, my name is Bruce Williams, and I am a political commentator and pop culture commentator as well. If you're new here, and I love to talk about politics. I am politically right wing, probably more right wing than a lot of people on here. But honestly, like, I hate everyone. I don't even care for the right anymore, as much as I don't care for the left. But, you know, I know right is right and wrong is wrong. So let's get into it. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. I usually never do. So we'll see what happens. I might be on here for an hour. I might be on here for 30 minutes. You just never know. But anyways, I want to get into the Gold's Gym controversy that happened. There was this woman named Tish Hyman who was in a Gold's Gym. I think it was in California or something like that. I think I read that it was in Beverly Hills. I also have my notes right here too, like because I like to like read my notes and then be able to have my shit together and accurate. This woman named Tish Hyman, she was in a Gold's Gym, right? And I guess she was like finishing up her workout for the day, and she went to a women's locker room, and then she seen a brick. That's what she saw. She saw a brick house. Alexis Black, that's the name of this person's is going by. The real name of this man is named Grant Freeman. Alexis Black. It's so corn star vibe. Like, why do all these tea grannies? I can't even say like the real word. That may take me down. Why do these tea grannies always have to have like these corn star sexualized like names? Alexis Black. That sounds like a corn star name or a stripper name. You know what I mean? It's so funny. But allegedly, when Tish Hyman went into the women's locker room, she claims that she saw that this man, who identifies as a trans woman, was exposing himself in front of everyone. And she went berserk. Like, she completely went berserk, as she should. Literally was like, you know, being like completely like going crazy, yelling at this man, calling him a man, all kinds of things like that. Honestly, as she should. And it went viral. It went all over the internet. Everyone is like, for the most part, what I see, like a lot of people are on Tish Hyman's, like, you know, side with it all, as they should. And a lot of people are digging up a lot of things about Alexis Black, aka Grant Freeman, who allegedly pleaded guilty in 2022 to savagely beating his wife, Alexis Freeman, causing compound fractured jaw, among other serious injuries. And by the way, of course, this person, Alexis Black, is a self-proclaimed lesbian as well. Oh, really? Oh, Oh, really? Okay. Hmm. On a gonophile? Is that what you are? Is that what you are? You demon? I I feel so bad for Tish Hyman because she got her gym membership revoked. I guess I guess for misconduct, for yelling at someone. I guess whatever. Everyone, everywhere, and everyone wants to be so inclusive. Even though I'm a gay man, I hate everyone. I don't like no one. I really don't. I think that a lot of this bullshit with these tea grannies, they need to be honestly put away. You're mentally ill. And for me, I think this person honestly is using this lifestyle to continuously go around and, you know, um, punish people. I think that a person who has been, convicted of assaulting their wife and now they like have transitioned into a woman, which obviously you can't transition into a woman. You're a man. You can't transition from a man to a woman to a man. That is loony. I think that this person, Alexis Black, has done this to move through society just so they can't get any type of criticism. And honestly, maybe so. I can play devil's advocate. Have done this because of their own demons inside of them to go after and harm their wife because they want it to be their wife. That could be another aspect of this too that no one wants to talk about. A lot of these men that are having a lot of these demonic entities inside of them who cannot stand women, actually cannot stand women. I don't like women either sometimes. Women can piss me off too, but they actually can't stand women because they want to be women is insane. So they do crazy things and they want to get in their spaces, they want to punish them and everything because they hate them. And it's just it's just a whole pipeline, honestly, when it goes down to all of this. It's so sad. It's disgusting. I'm happy that Tish Hyman, she apparently she's a singer-songwriter. I don't know. She gets over 100,000 monthly listeners, which that's not really a lot. So she's a micro singer or songwriter or that, trying to make it in LA or something. And for her to go after this guy, I'm happy. But see, the thing is what happened? Look what happened. The Gold's Gym banished her and didn't go at did and I guess they banished the other guy too. But there's no real consequences. Why isn't this person reprimanded? I think they should be reprimanded. You shouldn't be going to women's locker room. But then again, it's California. How you gonna California is the wokest of the wokest. You don't think that they're gonna ban her because she's calling out a man being in the fucking locker Gold's Gym locker room? Duh. It's a no brainer, but also at the same time it's I thought we were done with this. I honestly when it comes to the trans stuff, I thought it was done. I literally feel that we have beat it to a pulp that nothing. I don't hear shit about it, but when shit does arise, I'm oh bitch, come on now, really, we're doing this again. But see what I've noticed, and I think a lot of people have noticed this too, when it comes to these tea grannies, that it's mostly these bricks, these guys who are onogonophiles who don't actually put in any effort at all. This man is a brick house. He has bigger muscles than any woman that I've ever seen in my life because he is a man. And he literally has no hair. He probably wears a little lipstick and go he can he can literally just look like a gay guy who is feminine and just to wear makeup. That's really it. There's no boob job. There's no BBL. There's no facial reconstruction assignment surgery, whatever the fuck you call it. There's none of that. It's just a man who's just walking around claiming to be a woman, and that should never happen. That should never happen. The fact that California is still allowing this lunacy to happen, it just goes to show that the blue states are still as woke as they come. And I feel bad for people who are Republican, who are right wing, probably even way more than those titles alone, who cannot stand to see this shit happening over and over and over and over again every day because they can't do anything about it. If they did, they'll be in jail, you know? Which I'm surprised that Tish wasn't put in jail and literally thrown out of the fucking jail just because she called out a man with a penis in the women's locker room. It's like insane. I'm happy to see women stand up. I really am. But I'm telling y'all, like, California, LA, specifically, like these very ultra lived out districts, they will never, ever, ever turn red. Like, they won't because so many people are, like, so pro blue there. Not everyone, but, like, so many people are that it will never be the same. Like, it would never be the same. It will always be fucking disgusting there. It will always be bums running amongst everyone and shooting up, like having like, you know, intercourse in the middle of the streets, gay pride flags everywhere, literally up their buttholes and waving it with their fucking buttholes. And you know, also like celebrating pedos as well. You know, it's so funny to see how the left comes for the Republicans. Like, even though it's wrong that Congress and the senators are not, you know, doing more to expose the pedos that was involved with the Jeffrey Epstein, like, you know, controversy, and Trump is also covering for that. But it's so funny that the left, they want to go after Trump because he's somehow involved. Well, yeah, he's definitely involved with the Jeffrey Epstein situation. Like, come on, we can't look past those letters to each other, the like hidden like messaging, like basically talking about those women and things like that, young women. It seems like that they had like a much more than like a business relationship back in those times. Like, I'm dead ass, because why would he want to keep it so secure and make it seem like they're like, oh, like we're still talking about this creep? Like, please, like, you know everything about that creep. Please let's just stop. And what was taking me as like the left, they celebrate pedophiles. They celebrate pedophiles. That's why I feel like it's all a game. Like, between both of these parties, it's all a game. You should just live your life, do you, get money, secure your home, secure like your family, because these people don't give a fuck about you. These people don't give a fuck about you, whether it's Trump, whether it's someone like an AOC. They don't give a fuck about you. Now, am I saying that everyone in Congress is, you know, a black sheep and are like, you know, discussing like wolves that's out to like kill us all? No, I don't. But I think the majority are. I do think the majority are. I think the ones who are exempt are Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rand Paul, and there's a few others that I do respect, but you know, there's some that have like these leftist policies I can't get behind. I understand like a lot of people's coming for a lot of these politicians who support Israel and things like that, as they should, because they run amok and are selling, like, they're based like these politicians are selling their soul to go to, you know, APAC funded trips to, you know, basically get money. They don't really give a fuck about you Jewish motherfuckers out there or whatever have you. It doesn't matter what you are. They don't give a fuck. They just want money in their pockets. Everyone has to survive somehow, right? But they go about it by selling their soul and selling us out. You know? So it's a mess. And, you know, speaking of that, since we've had the election, there was an election recently. Democrats claim victory as 2025 election race is called nationwide. And what's so funny to me is to see a lot of these Democrat elected motherfuckers to win, you know. For example, Democrat Abigail Spanberger, which she is a Jewish ex CIA agent, was, oh my God, who was elected in Virginia in the governor's race. And She claims that we need a governor who will recognize the hardship of this moment, advocate for Virginians, and make clear that not only are we watching people be challenged in their, what does it say, livelihoods in their businesses and their communities, but Virginia's economy is under attack. Since when do Democrats care about the economy? Since when? Since when? Since when? Oh, no, they only care to tax the rich so far to the point where they move out of those blue cities and the fucking state becomes even poorer. Just like Zohran Mamdani, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know how to say no fucking foreign names. I'm American. I don't know how to say those fucking names. I don't give a fuck about that name. Zohan, kiss my ass. Don't give a fuck about him. He won in New York. And you know what? If Virginians, if you guys want to vote for leftist lunatics, so be it. Do it. Especially CIA agents. Oh, do it. Don't say anything, bitch. When the next catastrophe happens there, and there's some bullshit that happens there, like what happened in Utah with Charlie Kirk, and some shit happens to you guys, I don't want to hear anything. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And then also, what's so funny too? What was it? It was like that black. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There is a woman, Winsome Sears. Oh yeah, bitch, I like her. She could have been the first black female governor, not just in Virginia but in the entire country. Insane. That's what they claim. And guess who ran again? Guess who lifted this Jewish CIA agent to run against Winsome Sears? It was Barack Obama. So it's like, oh, okay, so if you're a black conservative, like we're not gonna vote you in. Like, that's just a no-brainer though. You know, they hate the Republicans. Like, they hate the Republicans so much. They hate right-wingers, anyone with a thinking, logical brain so much that they also hired this other guy. Who's this guy? Let me see. His name is Jay Jones. He's a Democrat, right? And he won the Virginia Attorney General election. And this is what he says in his fucking these people are lunatics. Like, they hate people who have clear thinking brains so much. And this is what it says. This Virginia actually elected the man who fantasized about murdering Republicans and their children. It's a text message. They say nice things about everyone, laugh out loud. And if those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals and piss on their graves. Send them out awash in something. Jay Jones. Three people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Paul Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time. Jay, please stop. Laugh aloud. Okay. It really bothers me when you talk about hurting people or wishing death on others. That's what Virginia wanted. That's what they wanted. But see, that's the thing. No one really does their research on anyone anymore because everyone is only worrying about, are you a Republican? Like, basically, it's like, are you a neo-Nazi or are you a, like, butterfly, like, you know, in the fields of the forest with the fairies? Like, that's literally what it is. And the fact that you guys out there, you New Yorkers, I know that I have people that live in New York that are my people, that are my friends. I love them. I truly love them. But, bitch, honestly, the people that were running against these people suck. They all suck. And they're all Trump, like, you know, endorse. They're people that he wants to put in these states, and you know they suck. Like, you really think that people want Cuomo, that disgusting piece of shit, to win and be like, really? Y'all really want him? I wouldn't want him either. See, that's the thing. This is why we're not voting. We're not voting. Y'all putting, like, the Republicans are putting in the worst of the worst people to run against, like, these young, vibrant, you know, discussing immigrant or women to want to run as mayor. You know, and it's insane. I don't like Zohran. I don't like him, and it's not just because he's an immigrant. And it's not because he's a Muslim either. It's because he's so he looks like one of those theater kids. You notice like these people that are elected, especially on the left, like they're like weirdo theater kids who are hungry for power, who usually have like money back behind them. I don't give a fuck that he's a Muslim. I don't really hate Muslims like that. I really don't, because a lot of Muslim culture, like they do uphold conservative values. That's the thing. Like, you people hate that they're extreme for sure, but like the way that y'all go about it here in this country and the way y'all want it to be, it's almost like the Muslim culture, to be honest. It's except you're not covered. That's it. You want to be the Muslims so bad. Conservative Christians, they want to be the Muslims so bad, but yet they hate how the Muslims go about it, which is being covered. That's literally the whole difference, honestly. It really is. And you don't worship the same God, but you have the same values. What kills me about Zohran is that he is a Muslim, but proclaims to be a socialist. Doesn't make sense to me. If anything, if you're a true Muslim, you will be a dictator. Women would be quiet. Women won't be able to vote. Gays would be done. Like, for the most part. Honestly, for the most part. Now, in modern times, like, not all Muslims are, like, anti-gay. And not all Muslims are anti-women. Like, I'm not saying that it is anti-women to make women not to be quiet, or women in our culture to not vote. I'm not saying that, because that's their rule. That's what they are about, and that's perfectly fine. That's how they want to live in those Middle Eastern countries. Boom. But guess what? That's the thing. We are a westernized Christian country, and we treat women differently. Not, and I'm not saying that we 100% want to be like the Muslims 100%, but like there are some aspects within the conservative ties that correlate with the Muslim culture as well. And I truly think that, you know, if he was really about it, like I see all these gays, I see all of these, like, you know, women voting for him and things like that. I'm like, bitch, how are you gonna vote for someone who literally contradicts everything that you believe, though? That's my thing. If he really is about that life and he wants to turn New York into like Iran, or turn into Dubai, or turn into like Saudi Arabia, do it. Please do it. Please do it. Teach him a lesson. Teach him a lesson. Let's really get conservative about it, okay? Let's actually be conservative. Yes, make all the women cover up. Yes, yes. Put all the gays in asylums. Yes, yes. Like, you want to give everybody free food, free buses, and things of that nature? You think that will make everyone happier? And you want to defund the police? See, how are you going to have all these? How are you going to be a Muslim, have all these like leftist ideologies, yet your Muslim culture says otherwise? It's lean more conservative than ever, but yet you celebrate the gay. That, it's a lie. When someone is a walking contradiction like this man is, and he says one thing and then he says another, you know it's going to be full of bullshit. And so if he wants to tax the rich and drive them out of New York and make the poor pay for the poor, do it. Make New York a living hell. I feel bad for my people that live in New York that are Republican, right wing, or just like me, a clear thinking brain person that knows when you tax the rich so much, they're literally just gonna fucking cut you off, and no one's gonna get fucking paid, bitch. No one's gonna get paid. You're all gonna be left in the fucking dust where you belong, bitch. You always want free fucking shit. Well, bitch, here you got free fucking shit, and guess what? You have the Muslim culture on your fucking doorstep right there. Do it. I love the Muslim culture. I think that a lot of the things that they represent, like you touch a woman in a specific way, in a way that is not right. When it comes to sexual perversion and things like that, they will cut your penis off. You steal something from a shop, your hand's getting cut off. You all these different things like that. Like, yeah, like I live for that. They have rules and principles, bitch. They have rules and principles, unlike what our country is going by. Look what's happening. We have gays that run amok in the streets, half naked. We have women run amok in the street, um, proclaiming to hate men and things like that, and aborting babies. Please, like, come on, give us, if you really about it, Zohran Mamdani, whatever the fuck your name is, really give them the real full-fledged Muslim culture. I live for it. I live for it. Period. I'm happy to be here in Louisville, Kentucky. Unfortunately, we had like a very horrific, tragic event that happened here, and I'm so happy that our state is like up on game on how to, you know, navigate emergencies, because we're really about that life. Despite that, we do have a Jewish mayor here in this state. Our state has been booming. Our like Louisville, Kentucky specifically has been booming. You know, our state is red, but our city is blue. You know, I love living in a red state, but I also do like to live in the blue city, because honestly, there is some sort of culture. It's some sort of culture. We have a little bit of vibeness to us, just a tad bit. I'm not saying they're as cool as me. No one is cool as me here, period. Everyone wants to be my friend. Everyone wants to be my friend. Everyone likes me. And I don't like them. That's the thing. But I do think that our country has been, not country, our city has been booming. He is a businessman. I think that when you're like businessmen who really have been, who know how to be an American, true American, despite I don't believe his bullshit with the leftist propaganda, you know, being pro-abortion, all those things. Abortion is banned in this state, period. So it don't even matter what he says, no matter what they say. But a lot of things that our red state has permitted here and has prohibited here, our state has been doing well. I love it. I think that, you know, with what happened with the tragedy with the UPS cargo plane that crashed here in Louisville, which was horrific. 14 people died, including a child, by the way, because it like, I think like when the left engine on the plane was fucked up and it just crashed. It's so sad, because a lot of people in my family have work around these areas and stuff like that, especially at the airport and things of that nature. And, you know, a lot of us could have been fucked up. A lot of us could have been fucked up. And it's great that I'm alive. It's great that my parents is alive, my sister, you know, family, everything. Because, you know, a lot of people, we live near the airport. Everyone lives near the airport, period. Everyone does. We hear planes go across our fucking houses every fucking day, you know, hoping and praying to God that some fucking, someone with a right thinking brain, like, you know, was able to secured the plane and secured the you know, the maintenance on there safely. And, you know, it's scary out here. I feel bad because so many families have lost like a member, you know, and especially a child. Oh, that hurts my heart. It really hurts my heart, because it's like, wow, like it's unforeseen things that you can't see that will happen, you know. It makes me actually sad. I haven't really like sat down by myself and actually like reflect on it, because like I've been really busy in my life, but it really makes me sad. It makes me low-key want to cry, because it can happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody at any time. And that's why you have to really be blessed up and love God, because anything can happen in any time, you know. It's unfortunate that happened. And I don't know, my first thing is like, who is to blame? Because honestly, like, who didn't check the engine? Who didn't check that left engine? I don't understand. Who didn't check it? And sometimes this is what I think too. Despite that we are a leftist city in a red state, we have a lot of immigrants here. We have a lot of immigrants here. You don't think that they will hire immigrants? And you don't think that some of these people aren't, you know, controlling these planes, or aren't put up in game to have these jobs to, you know, secure maintenance on our planes and things like that? That's my first goal. I'm just saying, I'm a free thinker. I'm able to think. and have my own things. I'm sorry, when things like that F up, the first thing I think about wasn't an immigrant, wasn't a woman. I want to know. They still haven't said who it was. I want to know. I do. Who was the person who was who was a person that was in control of looking to see if that plane was secure and safe? It was going to Hawaii, Honolulu. I think that's how you say it. um, and it had tons of gas in it. That's why it was the explosion was so big, right? It's insane, and it's unfortunate. But I really want to know who was in charge of making sure the maintenance on that plane was top tier. I would like to know. That's it. That's all I want to know about that. But it's unfortunate, you guys. But I want to transition from to UPS to Thomas Massey. Since we're talking about the elections and things of that nature, I'm so in. I think a lot of the reason why too, Zohran. I mean, he isn't pro-Israel at all, but he surrounds himself with Jews and he likes to wear that tiny hat, the yarmulke, which does see a walking contradiction. But see, also, I know that there are Jews out there that are they're not anti-Israel, but they're like anti the government of Israel. They're anti the things that murdering other people in Gaza and things like that of that nature. But at the same time, when someone is claiming to be Muslim socialists, but then also know that Muslim culture has a conservative element to it, and then you're also sitting with Jews and wearing the yarmulke on your head. Is that what it's called? Is it a yarmulke? I think it is a yarmulke, right? Anyways, I don't care. I'm the tiny hat. That's what I'm going to say. There's a walking contradiction with all of this. So how can you trust whatever he's going to do? That's what I'm saying. It's these actors that I put in and installed. But when you have someone here in Louisville, Kentucky, who represents Kentucky, our Representative Thomas Massey. We have someone like that. Trump, Miriam Adelson. A lot of these motherfuckers are running against Thomas Massey, the only person who is dignified, who has has been America first from the get-go. It says President Trump expects billionaire donors Miriam Adelson, which is literally Israel's whore, Paul Singer, and John Paulson to contribute to an additional $20 million to his campaign to unseat Representative Thomas Massey. So far, the trio have spent $2 million on attack ads against Massey. Bitch, I'm voting for Massey. I want Thomas Massey to be president, honestly. I really do. And vice president can be Ron Paul. That's who I want. And see, this is what Thomas said after the 2026 midterms. Quit covering for pedophiles. Put America before Israel. Put farmers before corporations. Quit funding wars abroad. Reduce spending to control inflation. Quit attacking independent voices. Which that's exactly what they're doing. And I think at the polls, that's why a lot of people didn't vote. They see that a lot of these people, like Andrew Cuomo, for example, and a lot of these other candidates are so pro-Israel. The first trip that they claimed that they wanted to go is Israel. Zohran is over here saying, I want to stay in New York. People say, oh, he's a real ass N-word. I can't really say the word on her. But he's a real ass N-word. He's up here in parties with the young people getting down in the dumps, hanging out with the people. These people are so ultra rich. And even though I think that Zohran is backed by money as well and a lot of other things, and he's backed by George Soros money as well, that's what I've seen, allegedly. He's smart enough to get with the young people and to actually, be a part of them, in a way. And they like to see fresh blood. That's the thing. They are always putting up these old heads who are who have been in politics for years and years and years, who doesn't have they don't have any, like, they can't relate to us. That's the thing. They can't relate to us. They live in big mansions. They don't know how to come down to our level. And I think that's the issue too. It's not only the free buses or that, he's pro gay, he's pro this, he's like, they see him as one of the people. That's what it is with the Republicans. They don't know how to actually be America first and be a part of the people. Look what's happening with our economy. Look what's happening in a lot of these different states. Like, people are struggling hard. You don't think that that's contributing to the way these people are voting as well? They're like, oh well, this isn't working, so I'm gonna go to this. But see, the thing is, you can't vote yourself out of this, because they both, for the most part, are contributing to your demise. Do I think Thomas Massey, Ron Paul are a part of that? I don't think so. They don't get paid by AIPAC. Trump is actually trying to push them out, trying to push Thomas Massey, not inviting Ron Paul to like these Republican dinners and things like that. So he sat with Thomas Massey. So yeah, I'm going to be voting for Thomas Massey. Period. Even though I don't think that it matters, I don't. But I'm going to vote for him. I voted for him many, many times, as long as I could vote. I'm only 24, so. Thomas Massey, I feel so bad for him, but like, Kentuckians, we know who's real, And I like this meme. And by the way, if you want to follow for like really good information, follow AKA Dre Simber. I love him. I'm reading his stuff right now. I get a lot of like satisfaction when I watch and look at his posts. He doesn't have a lot of followers, but please go follow him on Instagram, and also follow me on Instagram, brew_e_Williams. That is my @ But I like this meme. It says Operation Warp Speed is for Trump. He signed the largest bill in history. He endorsed Lindsey Graham. Friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Arm Ukraine with American weapons. Has received over $200 million from AIPAC. And Thomas Massey, he didn't get the shot. I didn't get the shot either. So no vote on the CARES Act. He's not for Lindsey Graham. He wants to release the Epstein files. Voted no on all Ukraine packages. Have received $0 from AIPAC. They hate him because he votes no on everything. By the way, like he's really that N-word. I can't even say the N-word. It's insane. It says Trump's first in-person fundraiser of 2026 cycle would be for Lindsey Graham. It's insane. It really is. Like, the more you see it, these people work against our interests, and work against politicians that actually care for us. The only ones that actually care for us in Congress and in the Senate, and it's so sick, honestly. And how can anyone vote for a candidate that is endorsed by someone who won't even release a pedophile files and won't even give out the names of the people specifically who is, that should be held accountable for this? How can you want to endorse a candidate by a president that has sold out our country to Israel, to foreign nations? I just no, can't do that. Anyways, I think that's all I want to talk about today. Honestly, they claim there's a lot in infighting. Yes, there are, because these people have sold out. And I like that right now. Candace, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly. Even though I don't like Megyn Kelly, I really don't. She took the V. When I found out that she took the V, I was like, yeah, bitch, you're done. You're done. You're dumb and you're done. I'm seeing a lot of stuff coming out about like the Charlie Kirk situation. How Ben Shapiro was trying to stop Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk's bag. Charlie Kirk never liked him, even though Ben Shapiro is over here acting like that he was such a great friend of Charlie Kirk, even though he tried to stop their bag. I like the Candace Owens, despite she doesn't like Nick Fuentes, which I don't know why. I mean, I think Nick Nick and Candace would have been good if the interview would have went well. I'm sorry, I still hold Candace accountable for the way she went about it in that interview. Tucker Carlson did the interview very well with Nick Fuentes, even though I still don't trust Tucker Carlson for some reason. Like, Nick was hitting hard about, like, his father being part of CIA, and Tucker claiming that he didn't know about it, but yet he does know about that. I find Tucker to be a little bit slimy. I really do. And I don't know why. Just because Tucker has came and allowed you on his show, I don't think that Nick should just like give him a pass. I really don't. But in a way, I think that Nick is using these people in a way to spread his message even more. I think that's what it is, honestly. I don't think he truly trusts Candace. He truly trusts Tucker. I think Candace is in the midst of the fire, and she only trusts people that she knows more who haven't backstabbed her or who haven't came for her friends. That's what it is. I don't think that she is bought out or anything like that. I think that she's just in the crossfire of something that like she trusts people. She trusts people who show loyalty, but some people who show immense loyalty are probably using you as well. That's how I feel about Tucker Carlson. I really do. And even though he is on here saying like the Christian thing is to not hate people and not to say that, like, collectively that Jews are a monarchy and that they all think the same, but how come most of them actually do though? Most of them want to destroy your life. Why do most of them vote left anyway? What? And even the people that are on the right, they still will work with those same leftist Jews to facilitate their agenda of more immigration. I mean, look at Ben Shapiro. He said that he don't give a fuck about the browning of the USA. Like, what? It's what leftists would say. So, yeah, like, I agree with Nick. And, I think that Nick is going to, try to move back a little bit from that just so he can put his message out there more, because I do think that he learned a lot about how to mobilize and how to work together with these people despite, and also forgive people who are now coming to our side of being America first, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She didn't like denounce Nick Fuentes on The View recently, which I loved. But also at the same time, their messaging about these Jewish people is very, very, like, how can I say, vanilla compared to me or Nick Fuentes and a lot of other people. And I think that when we know that the devil is at work and Satan is at work, you can't just tread lightly on that. You have to know. You have to send them a message and know that we're coming, that we're here, and that we're not going anywhere. And I like that he's working with other people. I hope that Candace Owens can come back around to Nick and actually, despite she calls him a jerk all the time on her show, she should come back around and actually have a decent conversation with him about the things of the matter of what's actually happening, like Tucker Carlson did. He wasn't spiteful to Nick. They had a very great conversation, that interview. I really enjoyed that interview between Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes, and how they talked about corn. They talked about, the way of the nation and where it's going. And I respect it. I respected Tucker. I still don't trust him, though. I really don't. But yeah, anyways, I like that Candace is exposing TPUSA. I haven't caught up with a lot of her with the recent last three episodes that she's done recently. But when I do, I'm going to see, like, what did Erica Kirk in that interview. I want to see her perspective on about Erica Kirk and when she was doing an interview on Fox, and see where that goes, because I don't know. Erica Kirk is weird. It's very weird to see a woman go on stage. Women, she's crying. Women, she's laughing. Women, she's just, comparing JD Vance to Charlie Kirk, which is very weird because we already know JD Vance is a scumbag. We already know JD Vance is like a plant, basically. He was a never Trumper, and now all of a sudden he's getting all this praise and notoriety, and everyone is pushing him to be president. And Erica Kirk is having all these like great words about JD Vance and comparing him to Charlie Kirk. and wrapping her hands around his neck and his hands around her waist. What is that all about? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And we know that she's a cradle Catholic as well. His wife isn't. Despite they have children, you never know what they might do. I think that a lot of these people play within like their acting roles. I really believe everyone's an actor. What woman hosts a funeral like it's a WWE like event? It just doesn't make sense. Where are the parents? Is it because they live a private life, or is it all fake and gay? I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust none of this stuff. I don't. And to find out there were 12 Israeli phones the day that Charlie Kirk was murdered. They're claiming there's another lone killer. The trans boyfriend is nowhere to be found, allegedly. Where is this all going? The state of Utah is filled with Mormons, and Mormons overrepresent the CIA. just too much stuff going on. A plane from Egypt was also there on the day that Charlie Kirk passed away. They're claiming that he's a man of steel. He can take a bullet from a gun that should have pierced him all the way through. Egypt and Israel are like this now. So it's just, things are connecting, things are making sense. The more and more that you really sit back and you listen and you learn and you watch what's going on, the more you connect the dots, you're like, oh, I see what's happening. It's absolutely insane. It's bonkers to me. It's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna read y'all comments. Hi everyone, I see. I live in a brick house. It's funny. Slay, my Alexa is white. Mine's is too. My girl's coming over. I don't know what to do. Okay. Same, I can't stand anyone. I love being alone now. The same, Logan. Talking about gropers. I love gropers. Oh. Why my man says shiny? It's called skincare. Have you ever... See, I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand, like, people out here who think that everyone should just be dry as like the Sahara Desert. Like, I'm sorry. I like skincare. I don't understand why you guys don't. Like, I probably most likely look better than you. Like, on your worst day. On your best day, actually. You're like the comment. No, I'm not. I'm not even sweating. Y'all people are so lame. Okay. Anyways. Someone said, are you transgender? I have no makeup on. I mean, anyways. There's like no real comment, so it's like whatever. Greens from Barcelona. Oh, someone watched me from Barcelona. You're glowing, bro. Happy Saturday. Thank you. Jewelry is for women. This is what I just know. Okay, there's like nothing on here. There's like no real comments, so it's like whatever. I get comments like all the time. It's like, wow, like even I don't wear makeup, like y'all found something to like say about me. It's so funny. I just don't understand it. It's like, where are the real commenters at? Sometimes I feel like it's like a what do you call it? It's like bots or something, because it makes no sense. I never really see anyone who makes like real comments about anything. Like, you're worrying about someone that has glowy skin. Like, that makes no... You're worrying about someone who's gay. It's like, okay. But you don't say anything that I'm saying that's wrong or right. I don't understand. Anyways, it doesn't matter to me. Most of you are losers anyway, and probably very ugly and disgusting. And no one even looks at you, no one even watches your shit, and you're disgusting. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here. Bye, you guys.